Please be aware that I do not represent any company. I'm not endorsed by or affiliated with any automotive manufacturer or car dealership. All opinions expressed in this video are my own, and all trademarks, logos, and brand names are the property of their respective owners.
Well, this is a video of me upgrading the Tundra fuel system once again. Originally, I installed this Supercharged A1000 and I made a mistake, a big mistake of listening to the speed shop guys who told me that 8 AM feed line into it will be enough, even though Automotive themselves recommended 10 AM. And also, I believe them that this filter right here is going to be sufficient, even though Automotive specifically says not to use it. So, dumb me, I'll never make that mistake again. The problem with all of this is that the fuel gets heated up as it keeps going around the engine and through the pump, and it gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and the more restriction is on the inlet side, the higher the vacuum there is. So eventually, once the fuel's hot enough and the vacuum's high enough, it starts boiling as it enters the pump here. So that results in the pump sucking in fuel vapor instead of liquid fuel, and of course now the pump isn't being lubricated and it's not being cooled, and it just gets destroyed. So less than 500 miles later, this Automotive pump started grinding and groaning, and it couldn't deliver enough pressure to even give the truck half throttle. So now I decided to do it right once and for all. Surge tank came with these 6 AM fittings right there, and I foolishly assumed that it may be enough on the recommendation of the speed shop. I teed them into this 8 AM right here. Now Automotive spec the number 10, but what I'm doing now is I'm using a 12 AM, so you can see a significant size difference between what I used to have and what I have now. Here's a 6 AM hose, and here's a 12 AM fitting beside it. So we're definitely gonna do it properly this time. I also found out the hard way that even though the Automotive A1000, the red one, is spec'd for 1,000 horsepower on a boosted truck, it actually couldn't even support 850 on mine. So this is the new baby that's going in there, the Eliminator pump, which is supposed to be good for up to 1,400 on a boosted motor. So I'm pretty confident we're gonna have enough fuel now. And last but not least, I'm changing this dinky ass NOS Sniper filter that the speed shop sold me for a proper sized Automotive filter on the inlet, and then the proper size one on the outlet. You can see the picture's worth 1,000 words, I guess. There's no way this shitty little sintered bronze filter can flow as much as this monster right here. So I'm hoping that after we do all of this, we won't have problems anymore. So in essence, we're going from 2 scrawny little 6 AM feeds to an 8, to a regular A1000 and a shitty little filter, to this beast, 12 AM feed, big ass Automotive filter, the Eliminator A1000, good for 1,400 horse, fuel pressure gauge from Automotive to see if the filter is restricted, and the outflow filter. So way more robust and expensive system. Well, here's the end result. So in addition to the big ass feed line, filters and pump, I've also installed a fuel cooler. So all the fuel that comes back from the engine, it gets heated in the engine bay and it gets cooled by this cooler before it returns to the tank. And lastly, I wired this pump into the original fuel pump controller that the truck comes in from Toyota. So it's a 3-speed pulse width modulated controller, fuel pump module ECU. So now the big aeromotive pump runs on 3 speeds depending on demand, and then the in-tank pump runs at full speed all the time to keep the surge tank full. So it's gonna snow like crazy this weekend, so no racing for me, but I have one more chance on October 5th and 6th to try it out and see if we can get some nice 4-mile passes. See you next time, guys.